David, thanks for joining us. Commiserations. Was that anywhere near good enough from your team today?
No,
What disappointed you most of all about the performance?
everything.
Pick it apart for us, please. Let's start from the opening goal of the game. What about that one? How did you see that?
Long ball, misjudgment. I just literally walked into our box and scored. It's reflective of our whole performance.
How worrying is that then for you?
Of course it's worrying. Well, I've just said to the players, if anybody thinks is under any illusions that that's a good enough performance, it's the worst by a distance, absolute distance, much worse than say Walsall, for example. Why? Because on the ball they were just whacking it anyway, up in the air, as far as they can. It was like kids' football. Off the ball they got bullied. They got bullied by a Tranmere side that's surviving on primarily on that, and that's not a criticism. It's credit to Nigel and the players, but you've got to stand up to that, and they didn't. Not many of them, if any. And so against the ball, bullied on the ball. I'm not quite. I asked the first question: how were you trying to score a goal? Because I couldn't work out how we were trying to score a goal. I said that's just not good enough. You were just whacking the ball anyway. That's not how. And if anybody's under any illusions, so any criticism that comes my way, the team's way tonight, fully justified. Absolutely fully justified, because that was just nowhere near good enough.
What did you get wrong today then as manager?
Obviously, you've got to pick the team. I don't think the game plan was particularly wrong. I think when we got it right, we got it right once in the first half. We ended up with a penalty appeal in the box. It's like, well, keep doing that. Couldn't reproduce that. We've scored a good goal from set pieces. We've worked hard on set pieces, but then we've also worked on stuff like throw-ins. And you go, come on, that's we didn't work on just keep throwing it down the line, for example. So there's bits that you just go, well, we've got to be explicit. I've got to be much more explicit, because obviously they either want to do their own thing or ignore, or think that there's a better option. If there's a better option, fine, but it's got to succeed. So there's a few things that we'll certainly be going over, that's for sure.
Where will you begin then to try and address the problems?
By reviewing the game first, watching the game, and then we'll go from there.
Let's talk about the opening goal. And Anthony Lennon didn't quite look himself today. That was the observation from a few people chatting to them after the game. What did you make of his afternoon?
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and criticise single players. I think that's unfair.
The reason I mentioned him was because we were sort of going to go back through the game step by step, and on the opening goal, Rob Apter, of course, just managed to steal ahead of him. So I was going through it step by step.
Yeah, I've spoken about the first goal.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and criticise individuals, and we're all in it together. Including myself, obviously, including myself. We weren't good enough as a team. Individuals in that team, the goals. He's talk about the goals. There were much more things wrong than just the goals. We've got to make sure that we address all them things, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Doug Tharm, though, got you back on terms, didn't he, with a goal on his debut, and then went off. So let's find out first of all how he is.
I think he's tweaked his hammy. He did it by whacking the ball in the air, which is just sort of ironic, really. We'll assess him in the next few days and see how he is.
What did you make of his goal?
He took it well. He was a bright spark in a. And like I say, I thought it was a horrific game to watch. It's certainly the worst since I've been here at the football club, by a distance. But it was a well taken goal.
How confident are you that you will become good this season?
Yeah, of course. I've done it before. Yeah. It's not for a lack of effort from the players. I don't think the players aren't running around or trying. It's just sometimes what they are trying. It's like, stop trying that. And for me today, I think they've reverted a bit to type. And it's like, make no illusions, lads. You don't revert to type. We're going to make you better. We're going to get better. But you can't do what you've done today with the ball or off the ball. It's as simple as that. So we will get better. I think we have got. I think everyone, over the last few weeks, understands that we've got better as a football team.
What makes you say that?
You don't score 5 past Notts County if you're rubbish. for example. You don't go and, this football club's been trying for nearly a year to win away. You don't go and beat someone 3-0 away if you're rubbish. So there's flashes. Of course, we're inconsistent, we know that. That's not an excuse, by the way, that's just where we're at. So we know that when we get it right, we're good. We've got to be better more often. And like I said, today was a horrific watch. I didn't enjoy the game at all. Not just because of the result, just because of how we played mainly.
Does that performance, David, make the alarm bells ring for you?
In terms of...
Well, you're saying your side's performance was horrific today. That's strong language from you. Are the alarm bells ringing?
When you say alarm bells for what?
Well, on the basis that you're saying that it was so bad today.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm not trying to be...
No.
As in, are you talking about relegation? You don't want to say relegation? I don't know.
We'll talk about relegation as you mention it. I mean, I know earlier on when you arrived, you did state that this team would not get relegated. Are you regretting saying that now?
No.
Okay. Why not?
Because we won't get relegated.
Okay. What makes you so sure? What would you say to the fans listening to this now?
Because we've got good players. When they want to play the right way and do the right things and make good decisions. When they don't, we perform like we did today. And we've got to make sure that we have more good days and bad days. It's as simple as that. I'm sure we will have more good days. I see him in training. What we can't have is days like today.
Gary Croft said in commentary, David, that some players look confused as to what they should be doing today. What do you think to that?
Yeah, I can understand that. I think we had some players who were trying to play, some players who just wanted to whack it. So it looks disjointed, and I understand the comment really. That shouldn't have been the case, which is the disappointing thing. We've got to make sure that we're all on the same page, and that anybody who steps out of line, that's probably too strong a term. But anybody who's unsure or not clear gets the message. So I understand the reason for the comment, and it's like I say, any criticism tonight is fair game for me. That just wasn't good enough.
What have you said to your players after that? Are you able to share that?
Yeah, what I'm saying to you now. Obviously there's more technical detail, there's more individual detail.
Is there too much detail?
I don't think you can ever have too much detail. You might have it too much in one go, I suppose. And it might not be delivered in the way that the player wants it receiving. But at the same time, the detail is what gets you through. Like I say, there's no skirting around the fact that wasn't good enough. It's as simple as that. Anyone who booed today was justified in my eyes. I don't often say that. I don't know. I can't remember if anybody booed after Walsall, for example. But I'm thinking, I'm not sure you're right, because I think they had a good go at. They were just really ruthless, etc. Today, fair game.
Do you worry about losing the fans after performances like that today?
No.
Because you don't want your home fans to be booing you, particularly with where you are in the table, do you?
No, you never want that, do you? Never want that. No, because we'll get it right. Listen, have I been here 6 weeks? We've had some pretty tumultuous 6 weeks with lots of things. Yeah. Obviously the festive period with the number of games and the work with the transfer window, etc. These aren't excuses, they're just facts, so please don't think I'm making excuses. It's going to take a lot longer than 6 weeks. It's going to take a lot longer than 6 months. That's the truth. Everyone's got to stick with us. It's going to be an extremely bumpy ride for a lot longer yet. That's the truth. Yeah. That is the truth.
Other than hard work, that's a given, isn't it? How do you intend to improve things in the short term?
Well, we've got to make sure that the players are absolutely crystal clear, right, on what their role is, what they're expected to do. Because, like I said today, I think there's a bit of ambiguity, and the comment from Gary, and I get that. I saw that. So no. This is what you must do. This is what you have to do, and absolutely, like I said 5 minutes ago, really, for me, really explicit in what the game plan is, what's expected of each position, because it's the first time, so we've got to be a bit careful we're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater and all the rest of it. That they've looked disjointed, they've looked they've reverted to type, I think. So, we've got to, like I say, yes, I've got to make sure that the messages get across, but I can't be falling out with people, if you like, to make the point. They're still learning. We've still got to understand that. It's all right for me to sit here and say, right, yeah, it's 6 weeks in, everyone's got to understand it's rocky. Well, they're still learning, and that's the first time I've gone, that we're what we've asked you to do at any point, so don't do that again.
What's the feedback from the players?
Similar, really, in the sense that I think some of us wanted to play and some of us didn't. Yeah, I think it just becomes really disjointed when somebody's coming to feet and it gets whacked and then suddenly they pick up the second ball. It's like, well, I can't run 40 yards when the ball's gone 60.
So why then don't they all want to play the way that you want to play?
No, I don't think it's they don't want to. I think they think that's their best option at that moment in that given instance in this game. It's not happened before in whatever it is, 8 games, 7, 6, 8, 9 games, whatever the number is. So I don't think it's and it's certainly not a conscious thing. There's no bad lads, or there's no people thinking I'm just going to play my way. That's not the case. I believe that's my belief. So it's a case of educating them, trying to show them the video again. This is look, why did you do that? So I understand what they were thinking, so I can then help them, and that's what a big part of the sort of reflections from today will entail.
Where are you at with the transfer window at the moment, with the window closing on Thursday, David?
We are trying to get players in. It's as simple as that. So we had a bottom trial this week. We've got quite a few irons in fires, and we've got to make sure that we improve by the end of the window. It's as simple as that.
Has that trialist impressed you enough to want to sign them?
That'll remain confidential until
okay.
such time.
Can I throw a name at you?
Sure.
Kamar Lawrence, is that the player we're talking about here?
You might be right.
Okay. What can you tell the fans about him?
Nothing at the minute.
Okay. Where are you at then? What's preventing you from doing something on that at the moment?
Lots of things.
Okay. He is a fullback for those that are listening. So is he still on trial with you now?
No.
Okay. And does that mean that he'll be coming back potentially?
That'll remain confidential until such time that we want to let you know.
Okay. What else do you feel you need to do then between now and Thursday?
There's a few bits that we need to do. Obviously, Cam's gone to Bristol Rovers. We've got an area there that we probably need to strengthen. We've got other areas that we're focusing on as well, and we've got, like I said, we've got some work to do before Thursday.
Is the task appearing bigger to you now than you initially thought it might be?
No.
Okay. So when you next meet up with your players on Monday morning, what's going to be the message from you?
Like I said, we'll watch the game back and reflect on the game, and it'll be making it absolutely crystal clear what's expected of them.
Thanks for your honesty. Thanks for your time.
No problem.
David, hi. As disappointing as today was, you could have got a point in the end. It was a fantastic save from their goalkeeper, from Danny Rose.
Yeah, look. Yes, you're right, but we didn't deserve it. That's the truth. So there's no point us. I appreciate our own media is trying to dress it up as such. We were as bad as the ref, really. So we got exactly what we deserved.
Was there any sense of rustiness after 2 weeks off today?
There's obviously that element. That could be a possibility, but then it's a hypothetical question. So I could say yes, definitely, because we've lost. But then that's not. Nobody knows the answer to that, really. That's the truth.
And you must be scratching your head today, because out of previous defeats, you've taken positives from, and you've said we've played well. It's in spells, even the Walsall game, and on New Year's Day. But today, you can't take any positives. I'm guessing.
Very few.
Yeah.
Very few. The lads know. They don't need me to tell them, really. They know if they played well or not. And there's a team. There's too many people who had off days. It's as simple as that.